time is it? What time is it? What time is it? What time is it? This is the DW World Equity Time. Well, from now onwards, every Monday morning at 9 a.m. sharp Singapore time, or maybe Hong Kong time, China time, Malaysia time, we're going to share with you one very important and potential market instrument that is likely to rise for this coming 1 or 2 weeks. And this instrument could come from, well, perhaps an FX market, commodities, stock, ETF, or just anything from around the world. So just log in and watch us on every Monday morning, 9 a.m. And we want you to like us, follow us, and of course, don't forget to share this good video out. And we call this the OTOP series. Well, OTOP stands for One Target, One Purpose. And the reason we call it 1910 is because 1910 stands for Monday, 9 a.m. and 10 minutes is all you need to spend the time with us. So don't forget, every Monday, OTOP is right here waiting for you. I'll be back. Watch us. Hi, everybody out there. This is the OTOP 31 for the week 8th of March, year 2021. And if you realize that this is the 31 episode, that means we have come to the 31 week of producing this weekly episode of OTOP, and yes, we have bypassed 6 months successfully. All right, as usual today, before we start, please share this video to all the people that you care and you love. All right, and if you anybody by watching these OTOP episodes will help them, please share with them. All right, before we start today, let us recap again on the CNBC news. On Friday, Dow Jones actually reversed its swing up and closed with a positive gains of 572 points. And Dow Jones closed at a price of 31,496. And if you read here, all right, yes, again, at first, the Americans were talking about getting worrisome on the inflation, rising inflation. But after a while, they realized that, well, perhaps the U.S. economy is far from inflation. And although there was a rising bond yield, but at the end of the day, will Dow Jones really be coming down because of inflation, or will it go up? I'm going to show you the Dow Jones chart, and you take a look and touch and judge for yourself. Then again, for people who watched our OTOP 30 last week, and for those people who have actually picked up some shares in Singapore UOB Bank, congratulations. All right, and we hope you have made some money if you have long the UOB. And what are we going to show you this week on the OTOP 31? Very excitingly, stay tuned with us, all right, for next couple of minutes, and we are going to review to you what is the next and another Singapore stocks. It could be very potentially rising this week for 8th of March, year 2021. All right. Before that, I still want to show you on the Dow Jones chart first. All right. If you look at this chart, all right, this is a Dow Jones chart. It's a day chart. If you look at this, on last Friday, there was a big reversal up, closing at the gains of 572 points. Although everybody was talking about Dow Jones, it could be falling, the big correction is coming, rising bond yield, inflation, but I don't believe it at all. All right, it's very simple. You ask yourself, anytime in March this month, once the US government rolled out the 1.9 trillion US dollar stimulus, and effectively, dollar is going to weaken again, and a lot of money liquidity will float into the market, and Dow Jones is going to rise again. But in any case, over the last almost 10 days, coming to 2 weeks, all right, when you see that Dow Jones has been closing down, but the actual fact is that the Dow Jones has been moving down and up, and on the overall, it has actually not been coming down a lot. All right, on the downside, it is well supported in the range of about 30,800. All right, and on the top side, we need to see the market breaking above here, which is about near to 32,000 before it starts going higher. So this is exactly the chart that show on the closing of last Friday, all right, there's a reversal up, a convergence of the EMA 4 and 20 averaging line, and also on the momentum, all right, that is beginning to size up and grow into the positive zone again. So what does that mean? Sorry. That means Dow Jones for this coming week, 8th of March year 2021, has got a lot of potential to move up higher or even break the last top, which we mentioned, all right, which is close to 32,000, and it carries a lot of potential to go higher. So if the whole market sentiment can quell and contain on the inflation worries of US economy, which I really don't believe there's any inflation at all, because the impact of coronavirus has actually caused such a big dent into the US economy. All right, so we believe that the Dow Jones has got a lot of possibility and potential to rise. And from the Dow Jones, same thing, I want you to take a look at the Singapore STI index, all right, which is the ETF here, all right. You'll be surprised as well as happy to see that Singapore STI composite is following very closely the Dow Jones sentiment, and this week most likely it is still going up. All right, as you can see here, this is a day chart here, all right, and the crossing of the momentum, which coincided with the EMA crossing up, actually happened about 7 or 8 days ago. And on the overall, we are looking at the Singapore STI to be moving up strong, and this pattern is just very similar to the Dow Jones pattern. All right, on the day chart, if you're looking at the head and shoulder, all right, the left shoulder is here and the right shoulder is now higher than the left shoulder, and most likely it's going to form a double top or even go higher. So if STI has got a lot of potential and the strength to go up, just like what you see here, all right, probably a divergence of the EMA 4 and 20 days. So what is going to happen is, last week we talked about UOB Bank, all right, besides the component stocks, of course, we are still looking at the component stocks, and what are the other very potential instruments that this week that you're going to look at. Let me show you what is that. All right, this is a very potential stock, although it is a little bit on a high price. Okay, it is contained in the STI among the 30 components, and this stock is known as the Jardine CNC. All right, Jardine CNC. Be patient for it to come. And yes, it is here. Okay, if we look at this Jardine CNC, all right, let me just extend the channel line here. Everything has been spoken in this chart, all right, beautifully. Okay, if we look at this, what do you see? 200 days moving average, all right, and the market is sitting very firm on the 200 days average. And now the EMA 4 and 20 is going to converge, okay, based on Friday closing. And this week, probably a very high chance that EMA 4 and 20 will cross up, they converge and cross up. And most importantly, it is supported by the EMA 200 averaging lines, and it is almost a triple crossing here, okay. And what's more here on the bottom side, you could see that the momentum is moving positive. Okay. Another good news about this stock is that it's going to announce on the dividend payout date. All right, the dividend, if I can remember correctly, it is about 2.5%, and the XD date, all right, the what we call the X date is going to be on the 27th of May. All right, so from now until May, for the next 2 months, this counter has got a lot of potential to play with, and most importantly, all right, I recap. If we look at the EMA 4 and 20 days, it is the first signal going up, okay, sitting on the EMA 200 averaging line is the second reason that it's going up, and the third one is the potential of this momentum turning into positive, and the fourth very important reason, if we look at this, all right, it is sitting very beautifully on the bottom side of a channel line. This is a support, this is a resistance, so we're on the downside. Potentially it could move upwards to the north and higher. All right, how high can it go? Okay, if we look at this, I would think easily our target would be on this double top here or even higher. all right, which is going to be anywhere between $24 to $25 or even higher. But anyway, if you get in here anywhere near to the bottom, you have a lot of opportunity because you are actually getting into the market right at the bottom. All right, so this is a Jardine CNC for this week. OTOP 31 for the week 8 March year 2021, and we want you to really pay very serious attention to these stocks. And most importantly, now I just turned into the 4-hour chart, and what do you see here? All right, look at this. The day chart has shown a convergence of EMA 4 and 20. Just as powerful as a 4-hour chart has also shown you a similar pattern with the momentum at the bottom just crossing up above the zero and going to explode. Right. So what else can I tell you by showing you all these beautiful patterns and potential strength in Jardine CNC, which is one of the most popular stock counters in Singapore and the component stocks in the STI 30. All right. So this is the DW World Equity Time. 10 minutes, as I promised, is every Monday what you need to spend with us at 9 o'clock a.m. Singapore time, Hong Kong time, Beijing time, and Malaysia time. All right. Remember to share out, all right, this wonderful video to all your friends and people you love, and hopefully it can benefit everybody. Come to us, and every Monday we'll continue to share with you good information. And till then, signing out. I'm going to see you again next week.